Riverside. Welcome back, y'all, to today's episode 6 of 3 in the Key. I'm Jay. I'm the one that thinks these BBL bandits are ruining the next generation of players.
I'm Kaim, and I'm the host that's going to find a way to sneak Jordan Woods into this episode because she's delivered us our best argument so far.
And I'm Grant, and I truly believe that the girl that the Suns ran a train on needs to go into the Detroit Pistons locker room. Because they...
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Boy, say anything for ratings.
So today, I just want to thank everyone for watching and make sure you like and subscribe if you see us on YouTube or Spotify, Apple Music. We're on everything. We're expanding to TikTok and IG too. Going to get those out and promote those soon, so be on the lookout for that. So today, gentlemen, our first topic at hand, we do have the Phoenix Suns. And as it turns out, currently they're sitting 10th, so they got the last play-in spot right now. How do y'all think they're doing?
I mean, of course they're not playing where they need to play. We expect them to be a top 2, top 3 team in the West. And if I'm not mistaken, they're 8 or 9 right now. Or they're 6. Somewhere in between the 6 and 9 spot. They're 10?
They're 10, bro.
Oh.
They're 10th, bro. They're 10th. Yeah, bro. Bro just said it. Bro just went through the rundown.
They're 10. No, they're not playing where they need to be. I mean, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, that's quote unquote the super team, and I feel like they're kind of in an era where we feel like super teams should get the job done, but we're kind of moving out of the super team era. We realize that there is only one basketball, and when too many stars are on one team, there's a lot of stagnant ball movement. So, I mean, they've only played 1 or 2 games together. We have to see. This isn't a large enough sample size, but disappointing is what I would say to start.
Yeah. Yo, look. This summer, one of the most exciting moves, we had a trade that sent Chris Paul from Phoenix to Washington and then from Washington to Golden State. So Washington got Poole, the Warriors got CP3, the Suns got Beal. I think all 3 teams regret the deal. I think that was literally a bad trade for every team involved, specifically the Suns, who went to the finals with just Booker and Paul. They were already right here. Now, Chris Paul was getting older. But then you add KD. You do have to get rid of some depth, but you add KD. KD gets hurt. But when he's on the court, you look like a great squad. Why are we still blowing up the team? Like, it's like we went to the finals. We blew up the team once to get KD. We're blowing up the team again to go get Beal. I don't understand why they're still blowing it up. Their impatience, I feel like, is actually hurting them, not helping them. So, I hope they get back on the court soon. But right now, the early returns are saying, I bet they wish they had that deal back.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to figure out the issue because I feel like KD is playing at an MVP level. I feel like every time I see Devin Booker, he 25, 30 points. So I'm trying to figure out what the issue is with the Suns. Who's the rest of their starting 5? That's a quality center.
Oh, Allen. Grayson Allen.
You know, I don't know what's wrong with the Suns.
Listen, bro, they get into shootouts. That's the thing. I think when they made that trade, they gave away pretty much all their defense. Like, they said, you know what? We're going to get some scores because, as far as I'm concerned, Bradley Beal and Devin Booker aren't known for playing defense like that. KD, his best weapon is his offense. So if your top 3 players, their best asset is offense, like, they have to be on the court. 1, 2, they have to be shooting the ball well every single night. Every single night. or they're gonna lose because they get scored on. Yeah, we said Nurkic is a quality center, but sometimes he's gonna get cooked. KD's gonna they all will get they'll get
Cook.
buckets, but they'll also get cooked, and that's a problem.
Dang. And that's why they brought in Frank Vogel to coach the team. But Frank Vogel, I mean, he needs defensive players. We saw when Frank Vogel can get some defensive players, like with the old Pacers in the old East or with Bron and AD, he can get you to a conference finals level defense. But they're trying to give him nothing. Straight offense. So they hired straight offensive players and a straight defensive coach. I don't really understand what they're doing.
So what's the fix? How do we fix the Suns? Is it a trade? Is it someone needs to get benched? How do we fix the Phoenix Suns?
Honestly, I think they all just need to be on the court. Bradley Beal has played 6 games this season.
6 out of 26.
Out of 26. And the thing is, I'm not mad at them saying, okay, we're gonna shoot teams out of this, because I feel like that's what the Mavericks are doing, to be honest with you.
They are.
And so the reason why for the Suns is they're not all playing together all the time. Because when you do see Kevin Durant and Devin Booker together, they're always close in their games. The games are usually close. They're never getting blown out for the most part. And you add Beal, and it's all right, so now we should have those extra points, and we shouldn't be neck and neck with these teams that aren't as talented as us.
Yeah, they have to cross their fingers and pray that they get healthy, because, like Jeremiah said, Beal's played 6 games, and together, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker, they played 24 minutes together the whole season. So, I mean, they traded Chris Paul, not really because Chris Paul was a scrub, is because Chris Paul always breaks down in the playoffs. Every year, going back all the way to the Rockets, Chris Paul can have a great season. He's point guard for 70 games. But right when it comes to the playoffs, I got a shoulder, got a hamstring, got a wrist. They trade him to get back Beal. And now Beal. But what I will also say is, if they do ever get healthy, which is a huge if, I think they have what they need, because it starts to become impossible to guard now, because nobody on the perimeter is going to be able to guard their man without help. Everybody needs help. So if you're coming off, let's say the 4th guy, all they need is one more shooter. You're trying to come off based on the angles of the court. They can space it to where you're going to have to come off. Imagine helping off KD. But if you don't, that's a Bradley Beal drive, or that's a Devin Booker mid-range. So I do think if they can get on the court, they'll just have to hope they can outscore everybody.
Mm-hmm. I do think one of the big issues is they don't have a tried and true point guard. No one's really facilitating for them. It's either KD dribbling up the ball and maybe shooting, then Devin Booker shooting, and then Eric Gordon. None of these people are tried and true point guards. None of these people are. They're all scorers, and none of them are known for their defense. And I feel like in today's game, you can't have that. People have to play their role. The era of the super team is dead, and the role players are just as important and just as valuable as the stars, especially in the regular season.
Yeah. I think people overvalued teams because of what happened with the Miami Heat. That's what I think happened. Because I feel like when Miami Heat happened, it was wow, a super team's really dominant. And then you look at it, it's well, they had LeBron, who's one of the greatest players of all time. They have Dwayne Wade, who's also one of the greatest players of all time at his position. And then they have Chris Bosh, who was also a top 3 power forward, And then it's they all bought in immediately. They all played defense. They were all good at offense.
They were defense.
If you really look at it, that was an elite super team. That was a super team. That was as good as it could get. And then you look at these copycats, what happened in Brooklyn, or what's happening now with the Suns, or even what they're trying to do in Milwaukee, kind of when they got Dame. And it's it's not the same. It's not working. That's not your role. You guys aren't built to do that.
Yeah. And to be a championship team, you have to be able to score and defend, bro. Of course, scoring puts the butts in the seats, but even the KD, Steph, Clay Warriors, every time they won the championship, they were top 10 in defense. Like they weren't. Of course, they're shooting the ball, but they are on a string. Draymond, Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Really, everyone is normally great on offense and defense, with a couple of exceptions. So unless you have Kobe and Shaq, then you dang near got to defend at some point. Because how are you? You think you can outscore these teams because you have superstars, but teams like the Nuggets, teams like the Pacers that play team basketball, the Mavericks, it's going to be hard to outscore the Nuggets in the playoffs if you can't defend, because they'll get a good shot every time.
So what do you guys think? Is this a? I don't think this is a play-in team. 5 seed, 6 seed. What do you guys see the Suns? To
Like their
March,
ceiling?
April?
Well, I got to be honest with you. I think the way they're looking, they're around where the Lakers are going to be. So wherever the Lakers are going to be, the Suns are going to be plus minus one spot. That's how I see it, and that's if they're healthy. That's if they all play.
Yeah, that's okay. We're about a third of the way, almost a third of the way through the season. They played 26 games, and they're 10th. But we did see last year the Lakers started the season 2-10, and they made it all. I mean, they finished as what, like the 7th seed or whatever, but they made it all the way to the conference finals. So they're not dead. They're not dead. And at the end of the day, KD is somebody I don't want to have to play in a 7-game series. So I actually think they might be a lower seed, but I think they're gonna play higher than that. Like, let's say the Kings finish 4 and the Suns finish 5. I would rather play the Kings for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see if anything interesting happens at the trade deadline.
Maybe they'll bring that girl back in, and she'll like get them together. to your point earlier. To your point earlier, Grant. Suns are winning. Those Suns are winning. But yeah, we'll see. But that brings us to the end of the first half. Stay right here. We'll make it to a nice and fun halftime where we'll be talking about social media and relationships. Peace. Welcome back. You made it to halftime on episode 6 of 3 in the Key. Today, special edition, of course, how we like to do during halftime. So, we were talking and we were like, hey, when it comes to social media, would you prefer to post your significant other? And some people say yes, some people say no. Grant, Kaim, what's your stance?
Listen, brethren, I have a bit of an answer that y'all might say is a cop out, but no, this has been very well thought through. I think when it comes to social media is dang near. It gives, but it takes. It gives, but it takes, bro. You can make some of the best gestures you can make off social media and make somebody feel really loved, or you can open it up to dang near the snakes and more importantly, the crabs in the barrel. Bro, there is crabs in the barrel. So I actually think, bro, however you conduct your normal life, that's how you need to conduct social media in your relationship. So if you're one of those people, there's some people y'all know that you're like, okay, by following them on social media, I actually have an understanding of how they are in real life. If that's the case, then when Shorty comes into your life, you have to post her. Or else, I don't know, it's looking like, dang, why you have to hide this one part? Why you have to hide this one part? Now, that's when, of course, you get to girl. But if you're private, bro, stay private, bro. I'm not forcing it either. I would never force it. So I would definitely say it depends on the person.
Okay. Cop out,
When it
but
comes
yeah.
to posting like a girl, I truly believe it's relationship dependent. Some people don't care. Some people care a lot. I don't really understand the people who care a lot because I'm the type of person to not post that much. I don't really like people in my business. So I don't need everyone on my social media to know who I'm going out with, who's my girlfriend. I think they should be left in the dark. The general pop should be left in the dark. So
Okay.
That's my thing about it. I know sometimes it could seem shady if you're like if a man doesn't want to post you, if a girl doesn't want to post you, and sometimes it is because sometimes they be on social media sliming. But a lot of the times it's just I don't want to post you because I just don't want anyone to know. Uh, and when it comes to the soft and the hard launch, I think sometimes soft launch on Instagram, like that's cool. That's cool. You know, post of like a drink, a post of a dinner, that's cool. If it's like a this is my girl, it feels like a lot. It feels slightly like projecting. So, and
That's fair.
people can be blocked off their story. So,
Yeah, classic. So I will say this. I mean, you guys have nice, respectable, reasonable answers.
Yeah.
Here's
We
my
took
thing.
the middle, bro. I'll be honest. We took the middle.
No, cop out
Yeah.
answers. I would never like. I always said like I would never post never post my girl like that. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Soft launch, hard launch. I would like it. Just wasn't something I would do.
Yeah.
And then so recently, I did a soft launch for the first time ever. I don't do that. I don't even post on social media like that. But I was like chilling. We were out, and I was like, you know what? Let's send it. Send it. I don't
Hey,
care.
bro.
I did a girl slide up on my story and send me the camera emoji like I did something. I didn't even do anything. She got me scared and like stressing. I'm like, wait a second. She didn't catch me. I didn't do anything.
Yeah. No, you be thinking like that. Wait. Didn't I? Wait.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. I'm innocent.
Yeah.
So after that, I was just like, and like there were other people that were like responding to something. I was just like, and this is why I don't do that. And this is why my whole life I've gone without doing that.
Bro,
And you
you
know what?
post.
I'll post it when I'm
that's
married.
cool. That's cool. I agree with
Bro,
that.
you post the social media goes up, bro. The social media starts blinging off, bro. Like you're popular. You post a shorty, you're like, God dang. I didn't know 26 people were gonna like my story.
My joint's
Yeah,
shared
I was,
everywhere. It's like 30 shares. It's like, what's happening here?
who are you? Who are these people? And that's why I put it to close friends. But I'll also say to your point, Grant, about blocking people from your story. I have seen some situations where on the shady side, they'll post them. They'll just block every other woman that could possibly say something about this relationship. It's actually one of the most intelligent things ever because I'd be like, oh, like, did you make sure to block her friends? Of
Bro,
course.
there's sick men who like, oh yeah, shorty, I'm gonna post you. Post that shorty and block everyone on Instagram except for that.
Block everyone but that shorty and her friends. Everybody else.
And bro, I'm not gonna lie, that takes investment because that takes time. Like you have a lot of followers, bro. To block everyone, like I don't know if there's a button because I never did that. But this is what I will say. I just have to speak, directly to my guys. Let's say y'all are wilding, bro. let me talk for real, bro. They're about to act fake. Let me just talk. Y'all are wilding. You're out, bro. You don't even want people to know. Not everybody needs to know you're out. Not everybody needs to know this. This information might make some upset. This information might make some. Now we're not talking about marriages. If y'all understand, we're just talking about, something casual. Bruh, it's the John Morant rule. Don't post it on social media. No, bro. Don't post it on social media, bro. That's the one thing I don't understand. How did you get caught posting something that you didn't have to post? That joint makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I'll never understand that. I'll never understand that.
Mm.
That's why close friends was invented. I personally think close friends was invented for shady people. That's my logic. Because when I want to post something, I don't be ladies and gentlemen, I don't do anything shady. But if I just want to post something and I only want my close friends, like my close friends are actually my close friends. Some people
Yeah.
do it differently. A lot of men they'll put the women they're trying to get at on there and be like, she thinks she's special, ha ha. Like, nah, I post there for my friends so they can see when I
Yeah.
wall out.
I think when you get added to a girl's close friends, I think she might be interested. Because why is she adding you to her close friends and you don't even know her that well? When I see that, it's like, oh, like
Well,
Why do you want me
yeah.
to see this? Like,
That's a
see
green
kind
light.
of your insider life.
No, that's green light, bro. That means it's up. I see the green bubble and I'm like, huh,
No, literally.
huh.
You're like
Because
me? You're like I'm honored.
Interesting.
because I'm like, hey, that means that you were scrolling through, you saw my name, and maybe there's
I
some
had to
others
click
too.
my name.
You had to click it. You had to click it. So I'm on it. I'm there. Okay, but Jay, that was a good point. G, who goes on your close friends? What level of closeness does it take to get on close friends?
I'll be honest. I'm a pretty personable person. I kind of like to keep it close. My close friends, my actual close friends, like my real life close friends. Uh, no,
Yeah.
no, like perspective shorties. No, nothing like that. Nah.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just my
that's ridiculous.
homies, people I'm able to be comfortable with, people I'm able to kind of speak my mind to.
Yeah. Who
Respect.
goes on there for me? I think first of all, of course I put my close friends, but I'll definitely throw the shorty on there, bro. I'll throw the shorty on there. Like, bro, this is how it is for me. You're in until you work your way out. So, like, when I first meet you, I'm actually coming in. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. We go on a date or two. I'm like, all right, throw you in the close friends because we talk about all this stuff anyway. If we made it to like date 3, 4, we're talking about my life, so I'm gonna throw you in there. And then even if we don't work out, if it ended amicably, everyone's reasonable, then you stay in the close friends, bro. You made it.
What?
No, you're gonna see the next situation because no, bro, we're friends.
Hey, bro.
We're
I don't
friends.
know if that's the right way to do this.
Well, no. What? As soon as it's over, bro, that the first thing I do, Shawty got to get out of here because that next post, best believe it's about you. She got to go.
Well, see, the subs. If I do have to post a sub, which I rarely do anymore, I'm not gonna lie. I post it straight to the main. If I post a sub, it's normally a song, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with that sub.
Normally,
I'm gonna just let it go,
normally a
bro.
Drake song. Hey, man, this is what I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Nah, it really be like that, bro.
and everybody else is like, wow, he just really likes Drake.
Yeah, I'm like, nah. I hope they got that and they get it, bro. I realize when you sub, they get it, and then I just act like I didn't do it. You sub, bro. They be like, what is this about?
Now, I
I'm
actually
like,
have a question for y'all
shoot.
though. What happens if your shorty is pressing you out to post her on your story? What if she's like, why you hiding?
Oh, I can stand tall, brother. I can stand tall. No,
Bruh, I'm
no.
gonna give in the first, like I'm gonna give in a little. I'll give a little, but if it's a repeated thing, like if this is just you're nagging me, I'm sorry, bro. You're out of there. And the only thing I'll say is the only reason I say I would be willing to do it at first is because if my girl's asking me to post, I'm assuming that she's seen me post other stuff before. Like, don't ask me to come out of retirement to post you. Nah, that's not what we're doing. But if you see me post other stuff, everybody gets one. Everybody gets one nag. But if it's that important to you, then
Graham, you posted?
Nah. But that's just because I'm not on social media. Like you said, if I'm coming out of retirement,
I don't even post.
like I have a Finsta. I post my shorty on my Finsta. It's cool all the time, but that's just because that's the only people I'm involved with. I like to keep up with my life.
Yeah.
Not on the main,
Yeah.
bro. I don't even have a close friends on my main. Nah.
Wow. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen that from you.
My main close stuff.
the green bubble. You've never had the green bubble?
I have no one on there.
Damn.
If you're not on my Finsta, you're not gonna know.
So dang near, what do you know about the culture?
Hey man, I see it.
This guy's speaking false truth.
This guy's speaking from
I
nothing.
experience it every day.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's a fraud.
I actually,
Hey, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
the social media gets you caught
Go
up.
ahead,
You
G.
don't want to do that. I mean, just look at Anthony Edwards, bro. You seen what happened.
Oh,
Bro,
Y'all
that's
go.
why,
oh.
bro.
Y'all
That's
go.
why I hate social media.
Ja Will.
Bro, pick up the phone, brother. I thought he was different. I thought he was different.
Me too. I thought, and then don't meet your heroes, kids. They always disappoint.
Don't meet your heroes. But I mean, at the end of the day, bruh, he responded like a regular guy.
No, that's
Oh.
He responded like a regular
bro.
guy.
Oh, okay.
He's just not a regular guy.
A regular. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
That might be
Bro.
He started off.
okay.
He started off about it like a.
Yeah. Then what did he say?
Listen,
What did he say?
He started off, and then he was like, "Yo, all right, I'll give you 100 racks. Get rid of this joint."
Hey, bro.
Whoa. All I heard was, oh hell nah, we can't do this.
Yeah, and that's a regular reaction. Did you see the rest of the conversation went? And she's like, "Well, I already got rid of one before," and he said, "So do it again."
Okay.
That's why people are mad at him.
Oh,
He said, "What's one more?"
Only
I
asked for
didn't know that.
100,000. I would have asked for more. I'd be like, yo, man, throw me an M. Throw me an M, I'll get rid of the baby.
Him?
Throw me an M. She has leverage.
One M.
She has leverage.
I mean,
She
yeah,
does.
she has
She
leverage
does
and
have
everything.
So, no, that's funny.
She
Send
has
the video,
leverage.
though. Send the video.
But most people can't turn down 100K.
Yeah. So, hey, win-win, I guess. I hope it works out for him.
Yeah,
But
hopefully it works out for Ant Edwards, bro. I don't even feel comfortable talking about this, man.
what can we say? Well, that wraps up halftime for us, boys. It was a great one. Had some laughs, got some hoops in there a little bit at the end. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back for our second half where we talk about the other quote-unquote super team, the Los Angeles Clippers. Welcome back to the second half of Three in the Key. So here we are again, brothers. Here to discuss the Los Angeles Clippers. Boo. Anyway, right now, Clippers are on an 8-game winning streak. We were talking about how we don't know if it was going to work. Right now, it's looking like it is working. The biggest change they've made is Russell Westbrook has actually been reduced to a bench player. So, Grant, what are your thoughts on the Clippers?
You guys know I'm a Southern California sports fan, a Southern California basketball fan. So I'm from San Diego. I rep both leagues.
That man's inclusive.
I don't care. I don't care the hate. But I'm happy. I'm happy that the Clippers can kind of come together and start to win basketball games. I mean, the payroll is too big. Paul George, Kawhi, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Norman Powell, who is a great six-man from San Diego, a great five-player from San Diego. Zubac has grown into his own. Bro, their bench is deep. Even though they don't play him, Bones Highland, Russell Westbrook, like the bench is deep.
Yeah.
The Clippers should be winning. That's the issue. Is they should be winning. So when they lose, it's very confusing and disheartening. As a Clippers fan, it's like y'all should be pummeling these teams. Like 4 Hall of Famers on the team. Come on. But I'm very happy that they're playing well. I'm looking at these stats now. It's been Kawhi playing very well the past few games. I think averaging something like 28 or 29 points for the last 5 or 6 games. But it's really the defense. The Clippers are locking up on defense. They're top 10 in defense. I think number 6 or number 7 in defensive efficiency. But it's Kawhi playing defense. It's Paul George playing defense. They have James Harden playing defense, getting deflections. When I watch those basketball games, I'm like, James Harden is in a sit and digging up, getting deflections, getting steals, and we've never seen that in his career. Coming off the bench, providing a whole lot of value, even if it's not shown in the box score. He'll come off for 15 minutes and get 10 points, 4 for 5 shooting, maybe a steal or two, 5 or 6 rebounds, and like 3 assists, and play quality defense. So the Clippers are running on all cylinders right now, and they're blowing teams out. And it's not just regular teams; they're blowing teams like the Kings, the Nuggets. They just blew out the Pacers last night, which is the number 1 offense in the league. They're serious, and I'm happy.
Yeah, the Clippers, man, they were 8-10, and so to now be 16-10, sitting above the play-in. They're the 6th seed. I can't help but respect Ty Lue. I can't help but respect Ty Lue because this is a team, bro. PJ Tucker was talking that trash. Oh, I'm not happy with my role. There's not enough basketballs on Earth. He literally said there's not enough basketballs on Earth for this basketball team. We were all talking that trash, us three, but also just the sports world. They lose all those games in a row. James Harden looks fat. James and Russell, Kaim PG hurt. This year, they're coming in. Their players are playing. There's been 26 games so far, or however many. Paul George has played 25. Kawhi's played 26. Harden has played 21, and he got traded. Of course, Russ has played 26. Powell's played 26. Zubac 26. Everybody's healthy. And we've been saying for like 5 years now that if only if Kawhi and PG, because both go into the playoffs healthy, who knows what could happen? The only time we saw it was the bubble. And in the bubble, they should have been at least a Western Conference Finals team. They just blew it and choked in the final half and lost a 3-1 lead to the Nuggets. So they're a team that you don't want to see for sure. They're a team that you don't want to see for sure. And I think that them stopping the act that it was, you know, a 4-man kind of team, the 4-man, this and that, and just respected the fact that even though they're both big names, James Harden is our first unit starting point guard, Russell Westbrook is our second unit point guard. Them accepting that Westbrook's down to 24 points a game, like he's averaging less minutes than Norman Powell and Terrence Mann. So,
yep.
And that includes the averages from the beginning where he was starting. So his numbers are falling a little bit minutes wise, but I actually, you know, can't argue with results. The proof is in the pudding.
Proof is in pudding for sure. I think that, yeah, we've been waiting for this, a healthy Clippers team. I actually want to see what they can do in the playoffs. I hope they all stay healthy. I think it's good competitive basketball. That's what I like the most. And for me, even though Russell Westbrook is one of my favorite players of all time, and he's coming off the bench, it's what's working right now. It's what's working right now. Gotta respect Tyler. I always was one of his haters because I thought, you know, he was one of those coaches that was just like LeBron. He was just like with LeBron, and then, you know, he happened.
You won with LeBron, bro. What do you mean?
He's a real coach.
I'm waiting for the storybook ending of Lakers Clippers in the playoffs, because has that ever happened? Lakers and Clippers in the playoffs? It's like they faced off in the playoffs.
I don't know.
That's ever happened.
Not. I don't think in our time, because I feel like every time the Clippers were on a tear, they never faced the like they would get bounced or the Lakers would get bounced.
The only one team is good as the time.
Exactly. They both never make it to the conference finals. And that's where it's most likely for them to meet. So
I'm looking at these stats. They have 4 people shooting 40% from 3. I mean, Kawhi, James, and Norman Powell all shooting 44%. They have Paul George shooting 39.
Snipers.
These numbers are kind of crazy. When I watched them, I was even telling my pops about it. Their offense doesn't look great. It doesn't look like they're not passing the ball well. But the difference between them and like the Suns, James Harden is the point guard. He's the floor general, and he gets people open. He can get to the hoop. He can throw the lob to. I've seen a lot to Tyson, to Zubac. He can find other players. Man, the team looks good. Their individual scores, when they're scoring, they look unstoppable.
Yeah, they're 4th in the league in 3-point percentage. They're hitting everything. And really, I didn't even know this till you brought it up, Grant. The fact that they're 5th in net rating, last week when we talked about this, Orlando was in that top 5. Orlando got smacked out. So now it's literally Philly, Boston, OKC, Minnesota, and the Clippers. So they are through a third of the season almost in the first half of their season was losing. They played losing for the first half of their season, and they played so well in the past 10 games or so that they're quickly making up ground with the league. Hey, man, a team to watch. Here's the question, yo. Who does take the shot? Jay, you always bring this up. Who takes the shot, yo? Because they just won a game where it was Harden. And I would think Harden would be the third option, but he was hot.
Okay.
So who takes the shot?
Listen, you guys give your opinions on this first, and then I'll give mine.
All right. Go ahead, G.
Who takes the shot? I think it's whoever's hot that night. What I've seen in this winning streak is actually Paul George has taken a backseat role. He's been the third option. And it's really been Kawhi. Kawhi has been hooping, putting up 30 points on.
Yeah, I mean, he's the
75% shooting, 80% shooting. Like, he's been hooping. So I think at this very moment, it's Kawhi. If it's a 2, it's Kawhi. If it's a 3, it's James Harden right now. But, I mean, you have the option. That's what's great. You have options.
Yeah, man. I think this my bones don't feel right saying this, but I do think you give the ball to James Harden. You give the ball to James Harden and you let him shoot the rock, because I do feel like with him being in Houston, even though Kawhi did this for a few years in San Antonio and Toronto, I think James Harden is most used to just complete one-on-one ISO scoring. He's been able to do that in his career. He can't do that every night, all game, but I think, hey, I need somebody to do this for 2 minutes. That's what I was reminded of watching his highlights from this big game he just had. I think against the Nuggets. I'm like, I forgot Harden could do this. So if we need him to do it for 2 plays a game, I think I go to it.
Okay, that's fair. I say it's Kawhi. He's made the toughest shot ever and the most important shot out of the 3 of them. So I'd say go with Kawhi Leonard. With Kawhi Leonard. Unless they triple team him. If they triple team Kawhi Leonard and he passes out of it, then all right, I won't be mad at it. But a double team, depending on who's guarding him, I still want him to take the shot.
Dang.
Wow. A 3-2?
So even if they're hoping off Paul George.
Oh, he beat Philly with a 3. What? In a game 7? That's as high as the stakes can get.
Okay, look. I was just thinking right after I said it. Once we enter the playoffs, the answer changes to Kawhi. Because I've seen Kawhi respect himself in the playoffs. James Harden in the playoffs, he might have 50, he might have 5.
Then there's where's Paul though?
Where's Paul? Man said way off P.
way off P. So we don't want that.
Hey man, where's Paul? That was good. Where'd you hit that with?
Where's Paul? You didn't see for Halloween? For Halloween, he dressed like Where's Waldo, and people were like, "Oh, he shouldn't have done that," because as soon as he starts playing bad in the playoffs, where's Paul though?
He's definitely cooked. He has to play well. He's playing under the most pressure he's ever played under, bro. Because that'll be a meme. The first bad game he has. The internet is ruthless.
I feel like he's been hooping since he wore that outfit, so I'll respect it.
They're winning games.
So, what's the ceiling for the Clippers? We talked about the Suns, and essentially the Clippers are what the Suns want to be if they didn't care about defense, and everybody's healthy. Everybody's healthy on the Clippers, so there's that too.
Man, I think I actually think the Clippers ceiling. I think they could be a conference finals team. I think they could be one of the final 4 teams. I think at the end of the day, depending on who they match up with will be everything. Who they match up with and can they beat them? Because I don't know who I would pick if the Suns played the Clippers in the playoffs. If everybody's healthy, I mean, Kawhi and Paul George and James Harden, if they're playing well, becomes a lot. And if James Harden can score 1-on-1, which I didn't have a lot of faith in, the sky is the limit, because then they become one of those impossible teams to guard again, where it's too many. Who the third best defender might be on Paul George, So what are you going to do? Because these are all your perimeter guys. So I think they could be a Final Four team. I don't think they can win the championship. I don't think they can win the championship.
Oh, that's
And I know you visibly saw my disdain when you said that. Bro, this is a championship team. You don't fraudulently go on an 8-game winning streak against some of the best teams in the league.
That's true.
I think that, like you said, hopefully there's no playoff crumble, which I'm a little bit nervous because the Clippers are known for a playoff crumble. I hope there's no playoff crumble, but barring any of that, and like you said, the matchups are good, but I think this team can match up with any squad in the NBA. I would have to see, especially in the Western Conference, I think they can match up against any squad in the Western Conference. I would have to see what it looks like against the Bucks and the Celtics. And should I consider the 76ers? You know, they have their claws as well. They be fumbling in the playoffs. But I think this is the championship team.
Ooh, brave take from G. And here I come. I got to be honest with you. I don't think they're going to crumble under the playoffs. We've seen Paul George do it. We've seen James Harden do it. We've seen Russell Westbrook do it. You know who we've never seen do it? Kawhi Leonard. And so I got to be honest with you. If they keep I might have to go with like the LeBron rule. If they keep the game close, Kawhi Leonard will close it out. That's what I think.
Hey,
so yeah, championship team. Championship contender, I should say. Championship contender.
I don't believe they don't have the rocket fuel to get them that far. They can go on an 8-game winning streak all they want, but they need rocket fuel to last all the way till June.
But I think a better question is, who do you see winning the West then? You look at the Nuggets, and the Nuggets don't look like the juggernaut
they look beautiful. I know they look beautiful. It's great.
Everyone thinks the Timberwolves are fraudulent, even though they're number one.
Yeah.
OKC, maybe. OKC could beat any team, but again, that's another young team.
I'm gonna say I don't trust young teams in the playoffs.
The playoffs is completely different basketball. So I think the West right now is wide open.
I think the West is wide open.
I do too. I mean, the top two teams are the Timberwolves and the Thunder, and they're both just young.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, do you want to believe in the young team? I still put my money on Denver first. Denver will have my first vote if they can get everybody healthy. But after that, I'll admit the Clippers are in that secondary kind of group because the Clippers are just as likely to win as the Thunder.
Yeah, I put the Clippers above the Kings and the Mavericks, even though the record doesn't show that.
Yeah.
That's
I wonder, Minnesota. See, the teams, everybody defends except for the Mavericks. Everybody defends. So I think whoever's strengths are less likely to leave them in the playoffs. So whoever's playing defense, being physical, all those things, it will benefit them. And so, yeah, the Thunder, the Kings, the Mavericks.
I'm just looking at it. It's a 4-game disparity between the 1 and the 6 teams in the West. 4 games is nothing. I feel like all of those teams are kind of at the same level.
Yeah. And
it is.
Bro, there's
look at the bottom half.
There's 4 games between 2 and 9. Bro, honestly, the Timberwolves have a substantial lead based on where we are. Because everybody else, like, there's as much space between 1 and 2 as there is between 3 and 8. It's just kind of wild.
Yeah. And you all know who's back tonight. Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, it is December night.
Let's see
what happens.
Dang, I'm about to throw that on now.
You already know the bold take is they'll make the playoffs. They'll make the playoffs.
Bro, they're 6 and 19.
Ja is a MVP candidate.
You think they'll make the play-in or the actual playoffs, bro?
Oh, we'll see.
And in the play-in, I think anything could happen.
It won't be easy. They're very far behind. I mean, they're 8.5 games behind the Suns.
Sheesh.
Uh,
We'll see. Hey, rooting for them boys. Rooting for Jawick.
But
Can't wait to see what happens in the
won't bet
West.
against Ja.
So with that, you said don't bet against Ja.
No, I said I won't yet, but go ahead.
Nah, I already told you I'm betting against Ja. I said he's not Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant. So
put y'all
that's my
parlays
stance.
in. Memphis is going to the play-in.
Yes, sir.
Put y'all parlays in, y'all money lines.
I hope one of the
y'all
viewers
will
is
make a
listening
lot
to
of
you.
money.
Yeah, throw it in the comments if you do it, bro. We'll throw it on the show. Yeah. We'll throw it on the show.
Shout him out.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. That was a good one. I want to thank everyone for listening. You know, we have our takes. We make great takes here. We've already proven ourselves time and time again. Got to keep up with us. We haven't missed yet. So, with that, peace.